We are back today. Welcome to the channel. We've got a nice hunk of aluminum right here. Some 063. And we are going to be making a box for this guy to protect it from the elements. So we've got an idea of what we're going to build. It was pretty neat to be able to actually create that in a 3D space. And while I built it to include bends, I will not be bending, but I can use my solid measurements without the little extra bits that it calculated to make the bends. What we've done is we've set our piece of aluminum on pallets. We've gone out to the store and we've got one of these aluminum blades. So we're gonna set the depth just deep enough to cut the aluminum, but hopefully not to cut into the wood too much. We're gonna start laying it out. So you know, we're pretty good. That thing cuts like butter through that really thin aluminum, so that's pretty freaking sweet. We've got all of them laid out right here. We've got the front, we've got the back, and then we've got the side and the other side. I think the best route to go here is gonna be to tack them all up and make that original box that I showed you in the little diagram. Now I gotta figure out the best way to square this up and get it tacked. Any suggestions? That was quite the amount of work, and it seems like I might need to dial that machine in just slightly better than what it currently is. We're gonna do some practice today because it's been quite a long time since I've welded aluminum, and this is essentially a new welder to me. We've got some scrap stubby pieces. I'm just gonna snip these guys, a couple pieces like that, and then we're gonna make some welds. I'm actually pretty excited. This machine's got a whole bunch of features that I've never used before. We will be using the EastWood Elite Tig 200 LCD. Yes, that is its name. It is quite long. Not actually too bad. We're a little bulbous in the front here, and then it smooths out and looks not too bad. We've got a restart right there, and I can't even see it. I mean, it definitely could be better. We could definitely get a little bit more consistency out of it, but nothing about that is bad. It's a little bit bulbous to start, and then it flattens out, so we start dialing that temperature in. Not bad. That has gone as good as it could go, and it's time to weld. That looks kind of good, actually. After giving it a wiggle and looking at it, I decided it's gonna be better to weld the inside seams, and then it'll give it a lot more structural value that way. Pretty happy with the inside welds. I think I'm going structural first. We'll get this thing nice and beefy with those lips on the top and the bottom, and then we'll double back to the lid, and then finally we'll tackle venting. We got these guys tacked on, and now we're gonna get these strips tacked on, and then that'll be it for the framing of the top. And the trick for most of this is just fitting it up correctly. The better you can get it fit, the tighter you can get it to hold, the easier the rest of it will be. It's just aluminum is not magnetic, and that's a pain in the butt. The idea is get this nice and secure. We'll get a tack here, then probably pull this one, finish tacking that side, and then we'll get a tack on this side, and then we'll move clamps and go. It's on, and it's strong. Structurally wise, I'd say we're pretty good. I'm not getting any flex out of it anymore, so pretty happy. Bottom needs a little bit of rigidity, and I think the best way to go about that is to make some little triangle pieces, and we'll put them in each of the corners, and then that way, if we want to, we can put some bolts down and actually mount it to the ground if it's not heavy enough to stay down by itself, which in the location it's getting installed, it does get pretty windy, so might not be a bad idea. But we're just gonna cut in little triangles. It needs a little bit of cleaning up. Some of the welds look better than others, but it was also kind of tough to reach. The next thing I want to do, which I should have addressed a little bit earlier and probably done it a little bit different, is I'm gonna grind these welds off because I do need a flat surface. I don't want to just grind off that weld here because that's the only thing holding it on. So I'm gonna flip it over and weld the inside lip, kind of like I did down there, kind of like I did up there. And then I'll come back and grind this off, and this will be just one nice uniform flat surface. We're here to make a lid. I gotta get a piece of metal, check, and I gotta get some measurements off of this guy. We've got it not tacked up, but laid out. Aluminum is real fun because it's not magnetic and your magnets don't necessarily work, but working off of a steel table makes up for some of that. We went ahead and upgraded our torch setup. We've now got a nice glass cup on there. Let's try it out. It fits! Sweet! Now it's time to weld it up. Cut the holes in it. Alright, we got the hardware. We got the hinge we're gonna set up. We got stainless steel so it doesn't rust. We've got 3 4-packs of 6x32 1/2-inch, which are very similar size head to what comes with the pack. And we have to buy 4 of these to match the 12 that comes in this one, and then we got 20 in this one. Very convenient. We got a lid! Holy shit! So now we're gonna do the weatherproofing portion, and I've got this nice little strip of rubber. We've cut 2 of them. We're gonna do 1 on each side, and then we're gonna put a couple screws in here to hold it nice and tight, and that way when the pipe comes in, it'll just deform around and then reform around it. I'm hoping that works pretty good. The idea is just to keep the little critters out as much as we can. We have a fully functional lid. And it closes pretty sweet. Like, it's pretty smooth. And our little hinge section here, we did a little crazy. We've got it reverse mounted here and then normally mounted right here. Pretty decent. It's pretty smooth. We're gonna make a catch so it only opens so far. Close it smooth. Obviously, I'm not the happiest with the the convex angle we have with the lid here. I should have bent it. There was no reason to have made these tiny welds all the way across the entire box. I should have had a 1-inch lip and bent it over and just used my table, plywood, whatever it was, and done it that way, because this is not the way to do this. That was a bad idea, and we suffered because of it. Other than the little bit of convex angle we got, I'm pretty happy. We didn't screw it up too much. And I've never worked with 16th inch aluminum before, so quite a little bit of a learning curve on that. And you know, I know what to do better next time. So I'm gonna do a little bit of polishing and see if we can get that to shine. Kinda, I don't really care. This is more of an experiment than anything else, because it is gonna get painted. We're gonna finish polishing the rest of it after we do all the other shit we need to do, because we're not gonna actually polish the whole thing. I just need to see if that was gonna work. That did work. I can do that better. We'll do some finer sandpaper instead of stopping at 320 and then doing that after, and I think you'll get a nice finish. I've heard of the steps. I've never, you know, actually polished anything myself. So that was pretty cool. Nice little experiment. Happy with that. And let's start on mounting all of this stuff that we all just got hardware for. Not an electrician. All right, it is the moment. All right, low side goes that way. And we'll do the final touch. We'll release that.